Assalamu alaikum, good afternoon, and welcome to Knowledge Talks, a weekly edutainment and knowledge sharing program aired live specifically to share with you topics that contribute knowledge to the society. Every week, Knowledge Talks hosts and invites guests that are experts, professionals, and leaders from the field locally that bring wealth of knowledge to you. Knowledge Talks also highlights and promotes talents in the country that contribute knowledge and success to the nation. This program, ladies and gentlemen, is a weekly session that I will have with you every Tuesday at 5 p.m. I'm your host, Najeeb Al Balushi, along with our studio engineer, DJ Ayub. For an hour, bringing you free knowledge tap at your doorstep on Oman Radio FM 90.4. Okay, stay tuned after this music break for today's interesting knowledge topic. Welcome to Knowledge Talks, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Najeeb Al Balushi, along with our studio engineer, DJ Ayub, with you here live today on Oman Radio FM 90.4. Now, if you are looking for a multi-cuisine restaurant that serves delicious Indian, continental, sizzlers, barbecue specialties, and the like, where do you go? Golden Spoon Restaurant is where you go and would probably be among your first choice. Now, if you're craving for a variety of Chinese food, but you're not in Oman, where can you go? Put it this way, you're in Oman and you want to go to a place where you want to eat Chinese food. Where would you go? Chinatown Restaurant is the place to dine in and would most probably be your best destination in Oman. It's too hot, I know, you realize that as well. Now, with this summer season in place, craving for tropical juice and fresh homemade ice cream is what you mostly long for, aren't you? It's hot, we need ice cream, we need juice, we need something to cool us off. Where can we go? Likely, it's the Tropical or Al-Istiwaiya has the best choice and serving at your service. The question, however, is who made these restaurants a reality? And who is the man behind this blessings yummy? Well, it's none but the successful and great businessman and an entrepreneur, Mr. Najeeb Al Balushi, who is my guest this week here at Knowledge Talks. Najeeb is an Omani businessman who started as a banker and then decided to jump the bandwagon of entrepreneurship. Today, Najeeb has made successful restaurants under his leadership that includes Manhattan Fish Market, Asian Restaurant, Subway, Sideway Cafe, Karachi Darbaj, and many more to come, MashaAllah. He is a man with a great vision. And today, I'm very pleased to host Najeeb on Knowledge Talks as he shares with us his achievement and success that started all the way from 1987. At least that's what I know, but we will learn today from Najeeb and for all of us to know how to become a successful entrepreneur. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
Alaikum salam, Tariq. How are you?
I'm good, very, very well, Najeeb. How are you doing?
Good. We know each other for a long time now. It's been years.
In fact, for me, I always tell everyone, when I go, because Chinatown, Golden Spoon, and Al-Istiwaiya are one of my favorite places to go. And I take all my friends over there. But when I tell them, do you know who is the owner of this place? They said, he's my friend. And I tell them the story, which I'm not sure if you'll remember. I came very many years ago to one of your stores. It was in CCC.
The computer shop?
Oh, you remember?
Yeah.
That's good.
That was, I think, in late 80s or beginning or early 90s?
Early 90s.
Early 90s.
Early 90s. I came in when I was very young.
Yeah.
And then I was looking for some gadgets to buy in, and you're giving me advices, and those advices I use them till today. And in fact, one of the things too you've suggested to me at that time, but probably I was not business minded. You say, what about we open a small cafe, an internet cafe? If I would have listened to you today, I would have become a millionaire or something, you know?
Well, you're doing pretty good now.
MashaAllah. How are you doing, Najeeb?
Good, alhamdulillah, very good.
Najeeb, MashaAllah, you are an example of great entrepreneurs. And now here at Oman, we are moving and we are encouraging and pushing the SMEs. Now, for me, I've thought of who could be a great example that people can learn. And to be honest, who could I think of but MashaAllah yourself?
I'm honored. Thank you.
MashaAllah. Now, I know much about you, but I also would like not only myself, but everyone else to know more about you and the activities that you do. Obviously, the restaurants and the cafes that I've mentioned are some of the things that you do. I would like to know, how did it all start?
I started my career as a banker.
Okay.
In 1986.
Okay.
Yeah. I joined National Bank of Oman. I worked in the computer division over there for a year or so. Then I quit, and then I started my first business here in Oman when I opened the handicraft shop in CCC.
Okay.
That was a slow period for Oman. Business was all right. After that, again, I rejoined the bank. I worked I started as an officer, and I was promoted very soon to a manager of Wataya branch, NBO.
Okay.
Again, stayed for a couple of years. Opened my first restaurant in Seeb by the name of Golden Spoon.
Okay,
in the Seeb Souk. Yeah, that was my first restaurant.
Is it still there?
It is still. It's not in the same location, but I have a branch in Seeb.
It's called Golden Spoon?
Golden Spoon. That was the first.
Okay.
That was the first, and that was in 1993.
MashaAllah, because the one you have in Khwer is the
that was much later. That was much later. We actually celebrated our 20th anniversary in 2013.
MashaAllah.
So, that was my first restaurant. Then I quit my job.
Okay.
I quit my job where I was when the new management of NBO had just started. NBO was under BCCI at one time, and then some problems happened, and there was a very famous guy here called Mr. Oben Hill. Yes.
Oh yeah, I know Oben Hill.
Yes, he was the CEO.
Okay.
And when I decided to quit, he was surprised. He said, "You're doing so well as a branch manager, and why do you want to quit?" I said, "Because I started my own business." He said, "I have a host of Omanis here who do business, and they have a job.
Yeah.
Why do you want to leave that comfort zone where you are earning a good salary and you do your business?" I couldn't do that. I had to be on one side.
Okay.
I can't, I could not concentrate on two things at the same time.
Okay.
I quit at that time. I started the Golden Spoon in Seeb.
Yeah.
That was a very, very painful journey initially because the market was very slow at that time.
Okay.
It was nothing like what it is now. Again, gave up after 2 years. Couldn't continue with that. Stopped. After that, in 1996, I opened the Al Khawair outlet.
Okay.
And after that, there's no turning back. I mean, I started that. Immediately, I took the shop next door and I opened this Tawaiya, Tropical.
Yes.
And in the year 2000, I opened Chinatown in CCC, which immediately, picked up. Did very well.
MashaAllah.
MashaAllah, because I had actually... The menu at that time, the Chinese restaurants over here there weren't many Chinese restaurants. They either had a couple of authentic Chinese or the multi-cuisine restaurants which have Indian, Chinese, everything. I opened the Chinese over there, and I went to India, get some good cooks from Nepal, because Nepal is very close to China, and they have that touch over there. Stayed there for a couple of weeks, got trials, got 6 different cooks from 6 different backgrounds. Made a menu which was a bit of every different kind of foods, mainly sweet and spicy. And mashallah, Chinatown, I believe now, if I look at number of footfalls, I could say, I don't know if somebody will challenge me on that or not, but footfalls, I don't think there is any restaurant doing better than Chinatown, mashallah, in terms of footfall. We are reasonably priced. We are not as expensive as the other ones. And we have a lot of regulars.
I can tell you as a customer, you are the best.
Really?
As simple as that.
Thank you.
Love it, not only me, my family, and everyone.
Thanks
It's
so
simply
much.
It's the class that you have is good. The variety of food is
Yes.
very, very good. The staff, when you go in, they're
they're
very,
friendly.
very good. They come, they remember you by name. They're very, very good. And it all goes without saying thanks to your leadership. MashaAllah.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Now, tell me one thing. They've got some few points that I want to touch in. You said that when you started your first business, you left your job and then you started the business in Sib and then you stopped. Did
Yeah.
you go back to work?
No, I didn't do anything.
Okay, so then...
I didn't. I waited for a while to see, just to take a deep breath and see what I'm going to do.
Okay.
And then I restarted again, and there was no locations at that time. And at that time, in the early 90s, business wasn't as dynamic as it is now.
Okay.
The youth in Oman were not very, they did not have the opportunities to come into business. They were mostly doing government jobs or jobs in the bank.
Yeah.
And because the Omanis were not working, so the spending factor was very limited to the few expats which were here.
Yeah.
So it wasn't, but when I got the first location where I am still now to this time in Al Khoyer on the main road, that was a furniture shop that I took over.
Yeah.
And then I made into that. And yeah, that's how actually, that's my first push.
Okay, so the difference you say, the timing plays difference in a market on when you start a business or not.
Yes, the timing, and also, I think Oman has really grown. I tried doing business in Dubai as well.
Okay,
I
mashallah.
actually gave a franchise of Tropical to a business group in Dubai. The only problem was that those guys wanted me to handle it, and as a franchise, I wouldn't handle something that I'm franchising because I have a lot of other things to do.
Yeah.
But what I saw, Dubai is a very, very, very fast market. You either make it and break it, and you do it very fast. Oman is slow and steady, and I couldn't be happier, mashallah. I mean, I've come a long way, but I'm very proud to have done business in Oman.
Alhamdulillah. So Tropical is your own brainchild.
Tropical, when I was opening at the beginning, Tariq, at that time, the only ice cream parlor which was there, I don't know if I can take names or not, but I'm not competing with them anyways. Baskin-Robbins was the only one which was into ice creams. There was no other ice cream brand in Oman.
True.
And when I started it, actually my staff from my restaurant and every place said, so why are you getting in the ice cream business? There's already a big name over here, and they're very close to us over there. But at the same time, they said, why don't you have a juice parlor with some shawarmas or something? The typical joint where you go. I said, no. I have faith in the ice cream. I think the ice cream that I'm going to make, because my ice cream is not the ice cream that you get in the market. We produce ice cream every day in the morning.
MashaAllah.
We have fresh milk, we have fresh cream, we have fresh fruits, we have fresh nuts. Everything that goes in the ice cream is fresh, and it is made every day fresh.
Every day make fresh.
Every day fresh, and then gets distributed to now, alhamdulillah, 10 outlets of Tropical.
Oh, mashallah.
And it doesn't have additives. It does not have these stabilizers which I can keep in a supermarket so that it stays that way.
Yeah.
We make it within the next 5 or 6 days. You eat it, it's fresh.
Yeah.
And the next time you go, you'll get a completely new batch.
MashaAllah.
So it's nothing which is kept for long.
MashaAllah. And the making of them, the ingredients, is also originally created by yourselves.
I'll tell you one thing. Ice cream that I make here is 100% Omani. The milk comes from Sarara.
Okay, mashallah.
The cream comes from Sarara. The fruits are from the local market. Everything in that ice cream is 100% Omani.
Omani, mashallah. Yeah. And I can tell you one thing. I'm sure you probably cannot say, but I can vouch that your Tropical is better than Baskin-Robbins, for me at least.
Alhamdulillah.
I love to go to Tropical, and I've got the best juice is watermelon punch.
Watermelon punch, yeah.
You need to tell me the secret of it. I know the people who make the drinks like the Pepsi, and they've got the chemical compound that they use is secret. Probably you should share with me after the program.
Of course I will.
Now, how many companies do you have? You got 10 outlets of Tropical.
We have about 10 outlets, another 3 opening in the next 2 months. The first time we're going out of the capital, it's in Barca, in a new mall which is right on the main road. I think it's called Grand Central.
Okay.
The other one that we just opened 2 branches now actually last month. One is in Ma'bela near the Oman oil pump, and one is in Sib Souq.
Okay.
And the other 3 are coming up in Barca, in Al Khoyer, and one is coming up in Amrat.
MashaAllah.
It's going to be 13, but I don't like the figure 13, so I'm looking for the 14th place now because I don't want to leave it at 13.
Is it because of the Chinese unlucky number?
No, it's just that 13 is... I'm a bit superstitious, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about other companies?
We have Chinatown. I have 2 branches of Chinatown. One is in CCC, the other one is in Al Khod.
Okay.
Then we just recently opened one called the Asian.
Okay.
It's right in front of the... in front of our biggest, scare that we have, the consumer protection. It's right in front of that.
Ouch. It depends on how we look at it. No, but you're confident. You're confident with your quality. So it's no problem, right?
We do everything. I try my best. I've got my eyes. My mobile phone is 24 hours. As a matter of fact, I was just coming now, and I just got a call from one of my staff from Subway, and this lady is saying, I don't want to work in this branch. Can you transfer me to another branch? I said, why are you calling me for this? You call the GM. So I'm very personal with my staff. They call me whenever they need, so that I know, what's going on. I try my best to do that.
Yeah.
So we opened the Asian now. It's based on 50 or 60% of the tried and tested items that we have in Chinatown, because everybody, including yourself, loves it. Yeah. So we've got 50 or 60% from there, and the remaining are new dishes that we have come up with a very good chef that I have, Mr. Sam, and it's a blend of Thai, Indonesian, Malaysian, Vietnamese. We've got whole fish. We've got platters. We've got things which we never did before, and then we've got the Mongolian barbecue, which is a live cooking done in front of the guests.
Wow, mashallah.
So that's only about 2 months old. Actually, I think on the 25th it was two months old.
Okay, mashallah. Yeah. Out of all these, which is your favorite company?
All of them. They're all my baby. They're all my babies. They're all something that. And then I have Subways.
Subways, yes.
I was a second franchisee. Now, mashallah, there are a lot of other franchisees also of Subway, and it's doing pretty well in Amman.
Subways, mashallah.
Yeah, we have about 8 of those, and another 2 again opening within these, because they're all located very close to my tropicals.
Yeah.
And the computer business I quit.
Yeah.
Because there's no market now. That's what I hear. But I didn't do it because of that, but because I got into the food business, and this is a business which requires a lot of concentration. Yeah. Every day starts fresh. For a restaurant business, every day is fresh. You start this morning, you make or break yourself every day. Yeah. Because as a customer, if you just said you love Chinatown, you're going to come to Chinatown tomorrow, something goes wrong, you don't like the food. Yeah. You'll still say, maybe there was something wrong, I'll come back another day. Yeah. But if you do that more than 2 or 3 times, then you're just going to say, hey, that's the limit of my loyalty. I mean, your food is not good. Your service is not good. Sure. I'm not coming back to you. Yeah. So we have to start every day new.
Now, going one step back to how you started, you said you're working and you're earning good salary. Mm-hmm. You're a manager, in fact, for an MBO. Mm-hmm. And then you said, I want to go out and start a business. In fact, this is what is in the mind of many, many people, many Omanis right now who are working and earning well, but they want to go out and, of course, earn more. Yeah. The number of options that are available is basically want to go and get a loan from the bank. These days, there's an opportunity from Rafat that are being supported, and others are personal saving. How did you go about it at that time where there was no opportunity as is available today, where they've got a Rafat that they're coming in and supporting the Omanis?
Well, like I said, I actually borrowed money from the bank. Okay. And when I left NBO, at that time, Oben Hill was very kind to me, because he knew that, I was being honest when I was leaving. And so when I was leaving the job, he asked me, he said, Najeeb, do you want anything? Yeah. I said, what do you mean? He said, you're leaving and you want to start your business. Maybe you want some security, you want some loan or something. And at that time, this is surprising. I mean, maybe he saw something in me. He gave me 20,000 riyals.
Oh, mashallah.
Without any interest, guarantee or anything.
Okay.
Wow. Just based on the fact that he knew that maybe he believed in me. Yeah. And he told me, Najeeb, if you ever need to come back, your job will be there. I told him, please don't wish for that. Once I'm leaving, I don't think I'll ever come back. So don't even wish.
And that happened till today. You never went back.
Alhamdulillah. I never went back.
So you took money from the bank?
I took money from the bank. At that time, to make a restaurant, it wasn't that expensive. It's not. Okay. I mean, it's not even 10% what it is now.
Wow.
Now you've got a lot of things which have to be done professionally. I mean, we upgraded all our kitchens to stainless steel, all our equipments to stainless steel. At that time, there wasn't a requirement. Now things are going professional.
Yeah. But at that time, 20,000 is fortune. But right now, it's nothing.
It's nothing.
I mean, it's small.
Yeah,
it's
but yeah.
Right. So I think it makes a difference. And someone like you, mashallah, of course, also Obin have seen it. The guy is a visionary. I know him very well when I was young.
Yeah.
He's seen the drive in you.
I think so, yeah, because he believed in me.
Yeah, mashallah.
I mean, somebody quitting from your bank, you just call him in to say why you leave. You don't tell him, do you want something?
Yeah,
I mean, I was surprised when he asked me that question.
Yeah.
I respected him as a person. He was good. He was a professional.
Yeah.
And then I maintained an account with NBO for quite some time, but then later on I switched over to other banks.
Is it after he left or?
Not exactly very close to when he left, but a few years after that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you advise anyone to take money from the bank to start a business?
Not anymore, no.
Reason?
The problem is that, I know a lot of adventure-seeking people want to get into business by taking a loan. I think anybody who wants to get into this food business, and I support a lot of people. As a matter of fact, I have a lot of people who come and ask me for suggestions, and I'm the kind of person who's always giving suggestions, not keeping the facts. And I tell them, if you need to get into this business, you need to learn this business for a while. It's a very tricky business. Learn it. Do something on a small scale, or for me, I think the best thing to advise the youth, go out of the country. Go out of the country, go and get a market survey of different countries where you know that kind of expatriates or those nationalities stay here. Look at what is trending outside, because now the youth, because of the internet, the Instagram, the Facebook, everybody knows everything. There are a lot of places that the youngsters know more than us now about the new burger places. I don't know, Sheikhs, or I don't know the names that I haven't heard, but they say that, they are doing very well outside the country. Go out, look at things, believe in yourself, and once you get into it, it's like just burn your boat and go. Don't think that I'm just going to try the waters and see if it works or not, and then, have a way of looking back and saying, no, I want to go back to the shore. No, once you dive, you either die or you have to survive. You will survive. Believe me, you will survive.
Yeah,
the market is good now. In Oman, the market is great.
And especially for restaurants?
For restaurants, yes.
For restaurants.
I think for everything, but I won't talk on everything because I'm not involved in anything else except the food business.
Yeah.
And you can look now, the chai shops, the small tea shops.
Yeah.
They're doing sales in the hundreds, close to 1,000 riyals in some of the locations for tea only.
So you think the market right now is right?
Yes, I would really, tell the youngsters to get into this line, but get into it after you know what it is. Do not, just there are a lot of things which we don't have in Oman. And I feel as a choice, if you go out in the market today to have good food, you don't have a lot of choices. As opposed to if you go to Dubai, you've got thousands of restaurants, thousands of brands. In Oman, we don't have a lot of brands.
And you see that there's a market.
Oh yes, there's a big potential.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening from someone who is a mastery in this business. And we're talking about opportunities. There you go. There's a lot of interesting opportunity that is available out there. I want to ask you one thing. What is your favorite restaurant?
My favorite brand is Tropical. I love Tropical.
Yeah.
Do you believe it? I don't have any other ice creams.
Okay.
Sometimes when my kids go to Baskin, I look at them like this. Why'd you? And my family also, my kids also, even my smallest daughter, she knows that, Baba likes Tropical. They don't talk about anything else except Tropical. And as far as the restaurants, Golden Spoon is the place where I started.
Yeah. And you go and dine in there with your family, or you go somewhere else?
I do not go to a lot of restaurants. I'm very brand conscious. I love my brands. I do go to other places when they open new just to go and see what they are and what kind of food.
And how can I beat them?
I like to compete within my own this thing, and I do a good job in letting everybody, all of my brands fight with each other to show that they're better than the rest. But my food, I call for food. In my house, we just have lunch, which is cooked by the cook that I have at home.
Okay.
Evening food is always from my restaurants.
Okay.
That's another way of always keeping tab on how things are.
MashaAllah.
So we have food from the restaurant every day, either from Golden Spoon or Chinatown or Asian.
Yeah.
So
okay.
yeah.
Okay. Now, you said about someone to learn about business. Did you know about food before you started food? Because the first business, or among the first businesses you had, was a computer
Yeah.
store. And then you went into making food business. Or one could be before the other. But did you know about food business?
To tell you the truth, this runs in the family. My mother owned Omar Khayyam restaurants.
MashaAllah, the one in
There is one in Rui. There is one in Al Khod.
Okay.
They have one now in Wadam Sahel.
Okay.
And they have, I think, they're opening one in Suhar now. Now it's run by my elder brother.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah.
At that time, it was, and my uncle also had restaurants by the name of Princess. I'm sure you know the one opposite Zawawi Mosque in Al Khoir, Princess.
Yes, I know that.
Yeah. So my mother and her brother, they started this way back in the 70s.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah.
And I was always inspired by that.
Yeah.
Then the restaurants were being run by my elder brother, who was running the Omar Khayyam in Rui.
Yeah.
And I picked up a lot of cues from my mother's business and the way my brother was running it. And then I tried to perfect it and start my own. So I had support from my family in the initial time, yes.
Yeah. I like the statement when you say it runs in the family. So do you believe that families that are running businesses, the kids that are influenced into it can become successful when they grow?
Oh yes, I've actually now put my son into this business, and he did his graduation from the Swiss Hotel Management School.
Okay.
He's 24 years old now, mashallah.
Yeah.
And I'm giving him over a new tropical which we are opening in Amarat. I'm telling him, this is yours, run it.
Mashallah,
and let's see how you grow it.
Now, that's very good.
Yeah.
MashaAllah. I really respect that. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. For the ones who are owning businesses as well, you could start getting your kids involved in a business. Or if you haven't started a business, think of starting a business, you can get your family as well into the business line too. Now, who is your role model?
Never thought about that. Really. Never thought about that, because, I just believe that when you're running, I always give this example to the people that I know. Which is the horse which always wins the race?
Yeah.
You know why they put these two shields around their eyes? So that they can just look straight at their goal and run, and not look here and there, what others are doing?
Yes.
That's the horse which actually reaches the finishing line.
I respect that.
Because you're looking straight. You don't look here and there. What's this guy doing? Which is very natural in a lot of people who do that. Oh, this guy's doing that. Oh, no.
Yeah.
I've been looking straight, and I've seen my goal, and I'm still going.
And I respect that.
Going.
I respect it. I see the drive and commitment that you have, mashallah. It's like in soccer when you have the ball. If you don't focus it going to the goal, then someone will come and take the ball as well. So you just need to run with the ball, which I respect that fully.
Yeah.
What keeps you motivated, Najeeb?
I'm very passionate about what I do, and I don't do it. Obviously, any business that you do, at the end of the day, it is about the money, but that's not my prime thing. My prime thing is just, to be known by what I've done, to be known by what goals I have, and main key factor is the responsibility factor that I have about doing something. I feel I'm a very responsible person. If I know I have to be somewhere on time, like I knew I had to be here at time at 5 o'clock, and I was very, very worried that I didn't want to be 1 minute late.
Yeah.
I think the main thing that drives a person to success is the responsibility. If you know you got to do something, or if you've picked up the pieces and you know you have to go and drop them somewhere, you make sure you drop it there.
Okay. Yeah. What is your typical day like? You're a businessman now. I think you're more of about you own your own businesses, right?
Yes,
You're not even a
alhamdulillah.
general manager of your own business right now, right?
No. Yeah. My day is, I don't know if you will, probably a lot of people will call it lazy or relaxing. It's not actually. I sleep late.
Okay.
I sleep late. I'm a gadget freak like you. I am. I've got a room full of things that I use once and then I keep them, but I know that they're there, so I keep playing with them.
MashaAllah.
With your Dreambox receivers and your everything that you...
I didn't know that.
I have all of them.
Okay, now I've got a friend to sit and chat and learn, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, G-Box and sharing and all of that. Those are all, I do that all the time. So I stay late, around 2:30 at night. And then in the morning, I wake up a bit late. I wake up around 9:30 or 10. Then I reach my office at 11. I'm there till about 2:30 or 3. Then I come back home, and then I'm into cars. I love cars. I restore cars.
MashaAllah. When you say restore cars, so you buy a car,
yeah.
refurbish it, and
And
MashaAllah.
keep it. Yes, I have built a garage for myself in my farmhouse in Barka,
MashaAllah.
in which I am now collecting cars. I have 4 of them now. I have 2 1965 Ford Mustangs.
MashaAllah.
One is a convertible, one is a fastback.
Okay, MashaAllah.
Completely restored. I just restored now a 1957 Ford Thunderbird convertible,
MashaAllah.
which was restored by Al Sukri Garage.
Okay.
They did a beautiful job on that.
And you go detail to check how you wanted the colors and everything.
Exactly. It is all
MashaAllah. I
original.
love
All
that.
the parts and everything came from there. I'm into 4-wheeling.
Okay, MashaAllah.
I have 2 beautiful Jeeps. One is a hardtop with all the safari thing. I mean, with the rack and everything, and we go to the dunes.
Yeah.
The other is a Jeep converted into a pickup, which has a V8 engine in it.
MashaAllah.
So yeah, and then I have sports cars. I love cars. That's my passion. In the morning, I'm in business. In the evening, a few hours cars,
Yeah.
and then with the family.
MashaAllah. Which sports cars do you have?
I recently sold my
GT3?
911. No, the GT3. After the GT3, I bought a Turbo S.
Oh, MashaAllah.
And I just sold that 2 weeks ago. And on order I have, which is supposed to be delivered in June, is the first GT3 RS.
You need to take me for a ride.
Oh, yeah. I love cars.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah.
Yeah, thank you.
That's really good. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break and return back with our dressing program. Interesting session, interesting interview with a great friend, with a great entrepreneur, with a great successful businessman, MashaAllah, Najeeb Al Balushi. Najeeb, I want to know one thing. How many hours do you work in a day, by the way?
Like I told you, I started about 11 and it's like I'm on standby 24 hours of the day. But the actual work that I do in my office is from 11 to 2:30.
MashaAllah.
So that's about 3.5, 4 hours max.
And you've got your team. I'm sure this is because you have a great team.
I have a very good team, but I'm building it up more because I need more.
Okay.
The situation is that I think I grew much faster than I could actually handle it.
Alhamdulillah.
Things happened very fast. I was the kind of person, if something is doing well, I would immediately go to the next step and in doing so, what I did not lose sight of is that the operations inside the retail outlets were being monitored by me very closely to make sure that I do not do a mistake where my guests are actually going to not like it. But on the other hand, which is the back end where you have your accounts and your finance and your other things at the head office, that took a bit of time for me to really try to they're still not perfect. I'm trying my best. We've just shifted our office from Al Khair to 18 November Street. It's a much bigger office. And now, since the last 2-3 years, I've started hiring people with good knowledge of the like I said about this chef that I have now. He's a very nice guy. He's really helped me a lot, and a few other people coming up. So now I am concentrating more on the back end.
Okay.
And we are also just made a deal to have ERP started.
Systems.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Is passion necessary to run a business?
Of course. I think passion is necessary for running anything. Even if you're in sports, if you don't have passion, you cannot do anything.
You cannot do
That's
anything.
the driving force.
I love that.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Passion is
yes.
a business.
Yes.
Is having a business education important?
No.
MBA and so on?
I don't think so. I think all of these things are good to get a job. To do business, there are two things, only two things. Like I told you that I always focus on. One is the responsibility and the second is luck.
Okay.
Nothing else.
If you say luck, what do you mean by luck?
You have to do something, you have to do it at the right time.
Do it at
You
the
have
right
to
time.
be
The
at the
timing,
right place at the right time.
That's
It is very important.
Right place
I
at the
cannot
right
say today, if you are telling me that I'm a great businessman or I don't take it in my stride as much as say, God has been kind to me.
Alhamdulillah.
Don't you see the person working on the road, digging those roads for us, working from 6 o'clock in the morning, even in the month of Ramadan, and having all the efforts that he does and goes back home with 100 riyals in his pocket at the end of the month. He's working 10 times more than us. It's a luck. It's a luck.
But I'll just have to disagree with you one thing.
Okay.
You are very modest. You are very hardworking. And since the day I saw you, I met you, many, many years ago. It's just like I met you yesterday. So I don't think it's about luck. You are determined. You are a visionary.
No,
MashaAllah.
when I say luck, I'm not saying luck is the only thing. It's not like you're sitting at home and something's going to come and land in your lap. No way.
Yeah.
But I'm saying luck is the most important factor, because no matter what idea you have, Tariq, I've seen restaurants, I've seen places, I've seen businesses which have got the product. They got the location. Why don't you go and look at some places where you've got restaurants next to each other? A restaurant which looks nice, it's got all right food, not bad. And a restaurant which is very modest, not even good place to sit, but it's crowded. Something is working for them, you know. There is a karma there. Something is working. So it's luck combined with the efforts that you do, you know, and the hard work. It's not one factor. It cannot be one.
It's not going to be one factor.
It cannot be.
Yeah. If you were to start everything over today, what would you do differently?
Although I get every time I think about it, I do think that, you know, I wish I could have chosen a line which is much more relaxing than what I'm doing now. But when I really seriously think about it, I'm happy in what I've done. I have no regrets. You know, I have no regrets at all. Alhamdulillah, I've been there, done there, everything.
Yeah, alhamdulillah, mashallah.
You know, I've completed whatever I started off with. I am complete now.
Alhamdulillah.
So, alhamdulillah, I mean, no regrets at all.
Alhamdulillah. Now, I'm sure your kids and family are following the footsteps.
My daughter, she's married, and I've got a grandson.
MashaAllah, mashallah, mubrookeen.
Allah barak fi. And she's already she has 2 subways.
MashaAllah, her own subways.
Are her own subways.
Competing with yours.
Well, not competing, but it's like, you know, we support each other. And she has a nail spa, I think, something like that, in Kurum. And then she opened now a juice bar called Pure Juice Bar or something.
And where is it?
In Horizon, inside Horizon Gym in Adeba.
Okay, in Gym Adeba?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
MashaAllah.
she's not competing with me. I'm supporting her.
Yeah, mashallah.
Yeah,
I mean, you're a big shot.
But she's doing a good job. And then my son is going to get into this. My son, actually, the Manhattan Fish Market that I started.
Yes.
My son, I sent my son to Malaysia for training.
Okay.
He did the entire training in the kitchen as well as outside.
Okay.
And he started that restaurant along with my chef. Saad, my son, was very instrumental in starting that business. And he's still taking care of that.
MashaAllah.
But I'm just, I told him to start a bit new in tropical, so that, you know, if I give him the youngsters, if I give him the MFM now, where there's already a good earning, I don't want him to be lazy. I told him, start from tropical, and then everything else is yours. I mean, how long am I going to stay?
MashaAllah, I really respect that fully, Ustad Najeeb. I really respect that fully, the way you're thinking and the way you put it up. What are the challenges that you have as a business?
I think I've overcome all of them. When you start new, there are a lot of challenges. I see a lot of people talking about the labor clearances, or a lot of people talking about the Baladia problems. If you do your things right, you survive.
You'll survive.
I don't see any challenges right now. I think everything is going great. I think we're all going in the right direction.
Okay. Yeah. Although I know the answer of this question, but I just thought of asking you this question because it's in my head right now. Let us say a bank opens up, or let's say a big, I don't think there'll be any big restaurants over here. You've taken them all, mashallah. So we're talking about a bank here, and they're looking for a CEO with a very good pay. Would you go and join them there?
I would love to, actually. You know, I love working like that. I would love to, but I will not do it.
You'll not do it?
I will not do it.
What is the reason you'll not do it?
I want to relax now. I think I've given enough time. I'm 51 years old right now.
MashaAllah.
And I want to spend the rest of my life relaxing.
MashaAllah.
I've done. I think, you know, I'm not a greedy person. I don't want to keep on building up things and putting it in the safe. No, I enjoy my life.
Alhamdulillah.
I have the best cars that anybody can ask for. I have a beautiful family.
MashaAllah.
I have very good kids. I have a very caring wife. What else can a person ask for? So I'm relaxed.
Yeah, but you're young. I don't know why, Najeeb, you give me this sense that you're old. You're very young. When you just came in right now, I just came to collect you outside, and you parked in your car. I said, "What a beautiful car!" You're very young, mashallah. I mean, 51 is that's young, mashallah. You look very, very young, mashallah.
Thanks.
Allah yazid khairu baraka daiman, Ustad Najeeb. Now, what is your advice to new entrepreneurs? Now you know about the SMEs coming up, the push for SMEs, companies to open up, youngsters to open up their business. What's your advice about this?
I saw a lot of that happening a few years ago when there was another program, I don't remember the name of it, where a lot of youngsters were given 7 to 10,000 riyals to start, and most of them, without having any experience, opened small shops here and there, and then eventually they all fizzled out. I feel that the government should spend more time on identifying the markets, where these guys can invest. You can give money to a monkey and tell him to go and invest. He's just going to go and throw it. You need to train the guy what he needs to do. You need to know what that guy is capable of doing, and then give him the money to do it. Money is a very important factor, but that's not the only thing. It's the passion for the person, who is actually going to use that money to bring back something more. So the main important thing is for the guys, whoever are there, like I said, get out in the market, go work somewhere, gain a bit of knowledge, and then just jump.
MashaAllah.
Yeah, that's how it should be done. I mean, there is no set recipe for all. The recipe for success is your passion, your responsibility, and your hard work. Anybody who does that is going to survive. They're going to succeed.
MashaAllah. How do you market your business now?
Well, I have actually all of these years not paid a lot of attention to marketing my businesses. It's all been mostly on word of mouth.
And that's a very powerful.
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
Form.
Now I see a lot of social media.
Yeah.
To tell you the truth, you're part of it, and I'm sure I don't know if you'll agree with me or not. I do not believe in the power of social media. In social media, you've got a restaurant, you've got something, somebody's going to come, talk about it, say good things or bad things about it, and then they move on.
True. True.
But the word of mouth or the actual
Very
presence
powerful.
that you have over there, that stays.
Yeah, true. Very true.
So my kids and a lot of people, I do this on Instagram. I've seen people going crazy on Instagram.
Yeah.
A sudden rush of everyone to that business.
Yeah.
And then the same people have gone to the other place because there is a new message on Instagram and the whole group has moved to another place.
Yeah,
and then the poor guy who was actually in the first, he's now sitting and waiting for the next
batch to come in.
Next batch to come in. My business is different. We've got word of mouth. We serve huge quantities. We give good taste, reasonably priced. People come back to us.
MashaAllah. No, I respect that. It goes without saying. Since the rich experience that is there, the variety that you have, and the proof is in the pudding.
Yes.
Ustad Najeeb.
Yes, alhamdulillah.
What are your future plans? You already told me. You want to rest, and I know you've got an
No. By resting, I don't mean stopping what I'm doing. By resting, mean relax a bit more.
Having a good time.
Having a good time. No, we already have, like I told you, that's a very near future, which is another 2 subways and another 3 tropicals in the next 2 months. Another 5, that is. And there is another surprise up my sleeve, which I don't want to tell anyone because it's going to be in a very, very prominent location.
Inshallah.
Something new is going to come up within this year.
I know it's going to be a bang, inshallah.
It will be big.
Inshallah.
But I'm not going to say anything right now.
Inshallah.
It's too soon.
Inshallah. Now, before we end up the program today, anything that you wish to share to our audience today?
Well, this is what I want to tell all the youngsters. Anybody who needs my advice, anybody needs to ask me anything about the food business, I'm always willing to share, just for the sake that I know that people who believe in the passion or who believe that they can do something will get there if they really work hard for it. And I am always open. I mean, everybody knows. As a matter of fact, my telephone number is in all of my branches.
MashaAllah.
I've got a phone number which I've put over there that if anybody has complaints or suggestions, the phone number is right there. That's not my primary number, but that is in a phone which is always kept in my bedroom.
Okay.
So if anybody wants anything, I'm always there to advise.
And they call you and they...
Oh, yes, sometimes. Most of the time I get compliments. Sometimes I do get complaints from some customers for something. Always it's something small, nothing big, alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
And I take care of it immediately. Sometimes, although I've written there, please SMS on this number, a lot of times people actually call.
Okay.
And they say, we were waiting outside Chinatown and we're not getting any chairs. And then I call the manager and the manager says, sir, there are 18 people on waiting list.
Yeah.
How can I give a table to a person who's 19th?
Yeah.
And then people, because they have the opportunity of calling the owner, they still do, just so that they can get. But I can't give favors if there are other customers waiting.
No, I respect that fully.
So that's those are the things. But like I said, I'm always open. Anybody who wants to ask me anything. As a matter of fact, I help a lot of people who are opening new restaurants. They ask me. Now the situation has been where a lot of people ask me for my suggestions, and I always give them my honest suggestion.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah, MashaAllah.
Because I feel the cake is too big. Everybody can share it.
MashaAllah,
It's huge.
I respect that fully. In fact, when I posted about you on the social media, a lot of people have been calling me and they are looking forward to learn. And I'm sure a lot of people have learned. I've learned a lot, Najeeb. I'm thinking I'm going to go and open a restaurant. It's not my business. I'm into computing, but I'll go into
Please do. I will be more than willing to guide you in every step.
You'll give me a space at least. I mean, you'll get me a space that because you've taken all the market already.
I have. Yes, it's a huge market.
Ustad Najeeb, thank you very much for joining us today on Oman Radio FM 90.4 to share about your great entrepreneurial journey and success. I would like to take this opportunity to wish you the very best fil dunya wal akhirah and success to you and all your family. Please convey my regards to all your kids,
You're like my younger brother, Tariq. I've known you for a while.
MashaAllah.
And I'm really, 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 very, very, very pleased to be here with you today.
Barakallah. I'm like a young son, by the way. Because you MashaAllah, you've been always giving me a lot of advice. Your advice and knowledge is very big. So for me, I'm just a baby son. Ashkarak, barakallahu
Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of our program for this week. I hope you all had an intriguing time with us. Join us again next week, inshallah ta'ala, for another great interviews. Wish you all a happy and a pleasant week. Ma'as salama.